Figure is worth of 1,000 words. It represents a large amount of data in very organized way. So this is a very powerful tool which give a professional look to your paper. So in this video we will discuss some basic tips for designing, organizing and writing about the graphics figures in research paper. The first thing is that you should ensure that the figure is presenting a very large amount of data. If you are using it for any text which can be explained in 2 or 3 sentences, then you shouldn't put this data into a graphics or into a figures. So you should ensure that the figure is presenting a very large amount of data. The second thing which you should ensure about the figure is that your figure is understandable without text. And to confirm that your figure is understandable without text, then you have to give this figure to anyone who is not related to your domain. And if she understand it, explain it, this means that your figure is understandable without the text. The title is understandable, values are clearly defined, and you have to number them in the text as they appear in the paper. So this the figure must be cited accordingly, sequentially. And if you are using any flow chart, then you have to clearly describe the x-axis, y-axis, and if it is a 3-dimensional, then all the axes you have to clearly explain their labels. You have to use a high resolution graphics. This may be a JPEG, PDF, EPS, or TIFF, etc. And if you are designing for a single column, that its width may be 3.5 inches, which will better fit in the paper. And similarly, if you are designing for a full page, then this its width may be 7 inches. And sometimes figures need a white spaces. You have to avoid the white spaces in the figures. Always use the recommended fonts, size, etc. of the journal. So before designing figures for your paper, you have to read the author's guide of the journal for which you are writing, that what type of size, text or color they are recommending. So you have to use this thing. And if you are not going to use these fonts, colors and size, etc., then you will once again revise your paper after accepting. Then this will be difficult for you at that stage. Write the units, parameters, what are you are discussing. Clearly write the unit for which you are measuring. For example, you are measuring the length in a centimeter, you have to write the centimeter. If you are discussing it in a any parameter in a second, then you have to write in a second. If you are measuring it in a millisecond, then you have to write in the millisecond. Simple present the data. Don't try to decorate it with colors and white spaces or any other thing which are not needed. So thank you so much for watching.